how has this year been for you?
I mean, it's been rough, but it's all right. It's been okay. We've been pushing it through, you know.
So, one thing about it, right? I'm a total energy reader. And so I get the need to be tough and, you know, be positive and everything else, right? But maybe just for this conversation, right, we can kind of break those walls down and we can maybe talk about how you're really feeling.
Man, what's up?
Okay. Yeah, no, I get it. Do you think that there's a part of her that, or there's a part of you that feels like, man, I wish she would just kind of straighten this out so we don't have to be homeless?
Yeah.
Is there any trauma that you're not saying?
Not that's on top of my head. I can't think of anything.
Maybe stuff that's buried deep inside?
Yeah.
What is the trauma?
Do I talk about it?
You don't have to. You don't have to, but I'm gonna tell you, it's probably gonna feel a lot better. What's up, YouTube? Back in the lab with KD for the summertime. And this time I got my hitters with me. If you want to get this work, hit up at KD with the muscle on Instagram. Now back to the content. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with another one. So we got a young lady with us today. How you doing today, miss?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. So we just talked to your mom. And so I'm interested in talking to you. All right. And so are you homeless?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys out here. How long have you been homeless?
Now, I mean, a year.
Year?
Going
And so,
on a year.
Going on a year. And how old are you, by the way?
21.
21. All right. Do you have any kids?
No.
No? All right. Have been married?
No.
Okay. So what was that happened a year ago that caused you guys to become homeless?
It was mostly my auntie. She was like, can't do this certain stuff, and my mama wasn't having it. And then they decided to like try to kick her out. But I was like, I'm finna go with her. I'm not finna stay here. I'm finna stick with my mama.
Okay, sticking with mom. I get it. I get it. Okay. Okay. And so how old are you?
I'm 45.
45. And so how long have you been homeless?
For a year.
1 year?
Yeah, 1 year.
Okay. And so what was that happened a year ago that caused you to become homeless?
I came down here to Atlanta from Iowa to help my brother and my auntie, and they just turned their back on me.
Okay.
They
family
just turned
stuff.
their back on me, and now I'm in the street. So.
Okay. So when you were back in Iowa, what was your living situation there?
Oh, I had an apartment, and I had a job working. My daughter was working, so we were doing kind of good.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
You know?
Your daughter. So how many kids do you have?
5.
And so how old is the oldest? How young is the youngest?
My oldest is 28, and my youngest is 14.
14. Okay. Okay. So what happened? So you had your own spot. What were you supposed to be doing as far as coming down here to help them out?
Well, like cleaning, taking care of my auntie, you know, because she order now.
Right.
Right. You was not going to tell me what to do. So she got mad and she wanted to kick me out. So I left. Kick me out. I'll be homeless.
Okay. So how long had you been staying there before you got kicked out?
2 months.
2 months?
Mm-hmm.
So you say it was your auntie and who else was it?
And my brother.
Your brother? Okay. Was he living there as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, I guess he needed help with the caretaking and stuff like that?
Right.
Okay. So 2 months. How many years apart are you and your brother?
We about like 17 months apart.
So y'all grew up together. Y'all were like
yeah.
extremely close.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you and your brother, and long story short, I guess did you move here with your kids and everything else?
I moved here with just my 2 children, my daughter and my son. That's it.
Okay. How old is this daughter?
She's 21.
21. Okay. How did things go left with your family? Why did you get kicked out?
Oh, because they trying to tell me what to do, just trying to control me and stuff. I'm not.
Well, as far as give me like an example.
Oh, I have to. I'm obligated to take care of somebody. You know, I'm
What do you
not
mean?
obligated.
Like the person that y'all agreed that you was gonna come down here and take
but
care
I'm
of?
not obligated. Don't yell at me. Don't cuss at me if I'm helping you. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I get that, but I mean, what was the actual like? Tell me like what happened. Like they wanted you to do this and you didn't want to do it, and so whatever. So like, what was that thing that they were like they wanted you to do or whatever?
Oh, they just want me to take care of her damn ass. I ain't want to take care of her like that. I'm not gonna be stuck up here taking care of no auntie for no little pay.
Okay, I get it.
Not for
but
no
I mean,
little
but
pay.
what was it that you guys agreed on before you came here?
To take care of her. I would go take care of her, cook for her, clean for her, take her bath, do what I'm supposed to do,
Right.
her hair, everything.
All right, and so that happened a year ago. How has this year been for you?
I mean, it's been rough, but it's all right. It's been okay. We've been pushing it through, you know.
So, one thing about it, right? I'm a total energy reader. And so I get the need to be tough and, you know, be positive and everything else, right? But maybe just for this conversation, right, we can kind of break those walls down and we can maybe talk about how you're really feeling.
Man, shit sucks.
Okay. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it 100%. Okay, so I'm gonna put a pin in the stuff about the situation that happened with you guys. Let's just start from the beginning real quick, okay? So where are you from?
Davenport, Iowa.
You from Iowa?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she says that's where she moved from. Okay, and you know, whenever we think about Iowa, we don't think about a whole lot of black people, but I know that they have black people in Iowa for sure.
Yeah.
All right, and so growing up in Iowa, did you have both mom and dad in the household?
No, just my mom.
Just mom? Was he like active and present growing up?
Sometimes, I feel like he'll visit me sometimes, but you know, I haven't seen him for like going on 4 years now.
How does that make you feel?
Kind of sad, but
Yeah, we can move in the shade, baby. Come on. Makes you feel a little bit sad?
yeah.
No, I get it. What do you think the lack of his presence in your life, what do you think the effect that's had on you?
I don't know. Probably to like taught me more stuff that I needed from a male figure.
Yeah, 100%. So, okay, so you grew up in Iowa with your mom, and you have, I think it's 4 other siblings?
Yeah, got 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
And so where are you in the birth order?
The baby girl.
You're the
so I
baby
am
girl.
the 4th child.
The 4th child, okay. And so growing up, I mean, would you say that you had like a fairly normal childhood?
Yeah,
Good childhood?
yeah.
Okay. Ended up like going to high school, stuff like that. Did you graduate?
No, well, COVID hit, so I couldn't like finish my last year.
Okay.
I tried to go online, but they were like, you need to do like you need like a doctor excuse to go online.
Right.
But then whenever I try to go back to school, they'll shut it down, and
What do you mean?
like they'll close the school down, open it back up, then it close it down again. And they ended up just tearing it down like not too long ago. I was like, damn, they tore my high school down. Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't end up going back. So I'm gonna ask just because, like, well, let me first ask. I'm gonna ask you first, right? Where is this pain? Where is all this trauma that's just pouring out? So it's like it's right there on top, and so it's pouring out so effortlessly.
No.
Where is this pain coming from? No, let's take a
I
second.
think about that too.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna ask a couple of questions, right? And we do ask for honesty and transparency in this channel, right? So, when you were younger, did anything like ever happen to you? Anything like that? Like any type of sexual assault or anything? Okay. So, was there like abuse or anything like that going on? Stuff like that in the house? No? Okay. Let me ask you this question. So as far as the situation that, like, for instance, the situation that happened with your mom and, you know, your uncle, your auntie, that type of stuff, right? Is there any part of you that kind of understands the points that they was making? So for the audience that didn't see her mom's interview yet,
Maybe they just didn't want her like meeting the wrong type of people. And
Well, I
going
could
out
tell
there
you-
and be dangerous or
yeah,
something
because
like
this
that.
is Atlanta, you know?
Yeah.
And so anybody could pretend to be anything, and then next thing you know, your house got robbed.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're set up, you know? So I think that, hey, what's going on, brother? All right. You give me a second, man. Let me just kind of knock this out with her real quick, man. But so okay. All right, so you're 21. Like, what is like your romantic life been like up to this point in life? Like, have you like had boyfriends and stuff? And the reason why I ask is because a lot of times at this age, right, people may break off away from their parents and things like that and latch on to a partner. Has that been something that you've explored? Has that been something that you've done? Has it, you know, not worked out type deal, or what's the deal with that?
No, I'm talking to someone, but just going slow because, I mean, I don't know how he really feels. Plus, the situation I'm going through, I'm not sure how I feel about it right now, how I feel about him right now. So it's just meeting someone.
Is he also like in a homeless situation, or
No.
so he's fine and good and everything else? Does he know that you're in your situation? Okay, so you haven't really disclosed to him that that's the situation?
No.
So let me ask, I mean, if he would have happened to come across this video on YouTube, and he sees that, wow, it's actually a lot deeper, what do you think his reactions are going to be?
He'll probably ask if I'm okay or something. See if we try to help, maybe. I don't know. I'm just
Does-
not used to that.
Does he have like his own spot, or does he live like
No,
with his
he
parents?
lives with
type
his
of-
mom.
Okay, so he lives with his mom. So you come on over here, sweetheart. I don't want you to get overheated. Okay. So he lives with his mom. Okay, and so he's not necessarily in a position to be able to help you in that type of way or whatever. Okay. So tell me, I mean, what is it about? Like, just take a second and think. What is it about this situation? You said this situation sucks. Specifically, what is it about it that sucks?
Just sometimes it's hard to find a job, hard to find a place right now. And when family be kind of like acting different because they want you to do certain things, kind of sad. Makes me feel some type of way.
Well, I get that, right? But is like, for instance, so if your mom were to straighten out the situation with your auntie and uncle,
Probably would have been better.
huh?
It probably would have been better.
So here's the thing, right? And I'm certainly not trying to put any type of rift
know.
right between you and your mom or nothing like that. But I do like to have just real talk discussions, because sometimes you can't do that, especially if you're always around the person, stuff like that. It's hard to like really talk about it, you know what I'm saying, and really kind of express yourself. So just take this second and really kind of like, that's why I say, like, do you think that there's a part of her that, or there's a part of you that feels like, man, I wish she would just kind of straighten this out so we don't have to be homeless?
Have a little one-on-one talk with them and see how, see if they can get past it and all that.
Have you told her that you kind of, that's your desire?
No.
No? If you did tell her that, what do you think her reaction would be?
Probably get in contact with her uncle and her aunt and my aunt.
She would?
Yeah.
So you don't think she would be defensive at all? So she would hear what you're saying and take it into account?
Yeah. That would be
Okay.
normal.
So why don't you do that?
I just haven't thought about it.
You haven't thought about it? No? Okay. Oftentimes, we try to, like, especially with our parents, especially if it's a single mom type deal, we try to like come to their rescue all the time because that's our mom, but truly it's hard sometimes to realize that you also got to be there for yourself.
Yeah.
Right? And so if she is kind of not seeing things as clearly, maybe she's thinking because she's upset or whatever, and she's making certain decisions that are going to affect you, you got to kind of speak up and say, well, I don't know if this was the best decision. Because, like, for instance, I was asking her, what are you guys doing to get out of this situation? She was telling me all the stuff that's happening now, but you guys have been in this situation for a year. So, for instance, what was going on? What was being done to get out of this situation like 3 months ago type deal?
Probably could have talked to him, like had an agreement or something.
You say what?
Probably could have ended up talking and had an agreement,
No, I'm asking, like, for instance, you guys are here at this place, you went to Gateway, you're doing all these things to try to get out the situation. But it's been a year since you got kicked out, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm asking, what was going on 4 months ago, like, to try to get out the situation, or were you guys just kind of wandering around?
We didn't know nothing about Gateway or Crossroad at first.
Okay, so were y'all like living out of hotels and stuff like that?
Yes, yeah. If we had money for a hotel, we'll go to a hotel, spend a few nights, and then sometimes.
If not, we'll just be outside?
But sometimes we'll be outside, or sometimes we might be on a train. Luckily, my mom had food stamps, so we'll go to the store and get like food like that. Then like recently, like 4 months ago, we ended up coming across Crossroad and Gateway. We've been trying ever since then, but could have been like doing more to get out of the situation a little bit better.
I get it. I tell you what, man, we're gonna give a big hug after this because these tears are just flowing out of you. You have so much pain. What is there any trauma that you're not saying?
Not that's on top of my head. I can't think of anything.
Maybe stuff that's buried deep inside?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like way back there though.
Well, The good thing about these type of conversations, right, is that you can kind of pull that stuff from out back and unroot it, because those things tend to have an effect on us, even though we may not be thinking about it outright. The fact that it's way in the back of our head is very dangerous. What is the trauma?
Do I talk about it?
You don't have to. You don't have to, but I'm gonna tell you, it's probably gonna feel a lot better.
Well, I'm tell you what. Next time I see you, if you want to do another interview, I'll tell you about it.
Okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Okay. I'm gonna ask just real quick though. Is it something that stems back from childhood? Is it something that stems from childhood?
Yeah, childhood plus a little growing up in like middle school year too.
Okay. I'm just gonna ask real quick, just because I've done thousands of these interviews, right? And I know you don't want to talk about it, so I'm sorry if I'm hitting on these notes. But did it have anything to do with like sex trafficking or anything like that? Okay.
No.
Okay. Okay. No worries. No worries. I'm not gonna force. All right. But man, something just wants me to just pull this out of you. But again, I'm gonna chill. All right. So I get it. All right. So at this point, you guys are working your moves, trying to get out of this situation. She said that you're kind of applying for jobs and things like that. I'm gonna ask you a tough question. You're 21. Your mom is 45. I guess she gets like a check or something like that every month or whatever. But how do you feel about kind of having to be like the breadwinner and stuff like that for you guys' situation?
I mean, it's kind of hard. Not really hard, but I mean, she applied too, and she got an interview coming up. But
Do you feel like it's like a lot of pressure on you?
yeah, because my brother not old enough to work, so it's depending on like if me and my mom gotta work. Like, who gonna watch my brother?
Okay. No worries, no doubt. Well, listen, miss, we really appreciate you taking the time answering all of our questions. If anybody out there did want to reach out, help, or donate, do you have a way they could do that? Do you have social media, Cash App, anything like that?
Yeah, I have Cash App.
What's your Cash App?
It's Feboss, FEBOSS 18.
Okay.
And I have multiple. I have Instagram, which is y'all girl Regina.
Okay.
And Facebook, which is just regular Regina Houston. You'll
Okay.
see it just be me. I just
Okay.
multiple ones, like one with me and like my other sister.
Yeah, I get it. I know how those are. Well, listen, miss, like I say, we really appreciate you. Definitely wish you nothing but the best, all right? Make sure you have a good one, sweetie.
Thank you.
All right.